Hi, I'm Curt. I'm an archaeologist from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Recently, my team and I worked on this site from the mid-1800s. It's downtown Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Fantastic site. I mean, the artifacts, we've got thousands of artifacts from 20 feet below the ground surface in wells and privies and foundations. Fantastic. Come on inside. I'd love to show you these artifacts. I'm stoked about them. I think you're going to like them, so come on in. Here's our team. We're labeling, cataloging. There's a lot that goes into the artifacts. As you can see, we have thousands of artifacts from this particular site alone. A lot of this stuff was found like 20 feet below the ground surface, below the pavement. They're doing a lot of construction downtown Pittsburgh right now, so we were able to get in before the construction came in and destroyed everything. All these artifacts really just make it worth it. It's worth saving this stuff and just letting people see what we find. These are hand-painted porcelain doll heads. They have the shoulders and the head, and then the arms and the legs were also porcelain, and then there would have been a cloth body that was attached to it. These things are great. These were made in the 1850s by the Kessner factory in Germany. We found these basically intact. I mean, you can see. I mean, some of these we pieced together, but most of these are like whole, and they still have paint on them. Just think of a little kid playing with these things at the time. Immigrants coming in and not having a lot of stuff, but this is a time where people started to really, worry about other things other than just like basic survival. Now they have really great toys and things to put in their houses. And it just says so much about the people that we work with and our ancestors and this stuff's all come from urban archaeological sites, and I've worked on sites all over the place thousands of years ago, and they all have a really unique quality to them, and that's why I do this. Every day is something new, and everything you excavate, you could really come across some really cool stuff that somebody hasn't seen for 150 years or thousands of years. And to bring this back to light and be able to just like show you this and show people that this stuff exists and it didn't get demolished, and I think that's the key to all this, and that's why we really just love to get our hands dirty and get in there and do this. In the early 1800s, we're talking like 1840s, 1830s, there was this Indian herb doctor. He lived in New York for a while, moved to Canada, come to Pittsburgh in like the 1850s. His name is Dr. Francis Tombletti, and he was kind of a wacky character. Showed up in Pittsburgh riding a white horse flanked by 2 greyhound dogs. It was pretty crazy to describe. But anyhow, his office was in the site, in the area of the site that we worked on, and we didn't find a lot of medical equipment, but we did find this, and it's basically a feminine medical device, you know what I'm saying? But we found this alongside with a lot of bottles of with Indian herb medicine, things like that. Guys that travel around and sell this elixir, and he was part of this whole scene. So he was here for several years, leaves and moves to England in the 1880s. All of a sudden in the 1880s, starts these murders, the Jack the Ripper murders. Scotland Yard picks up on this guy as this flamboyant character, and he becomes one of the main suspects in the Jack the Ripper murders. It's stuff like that I think that's why we do this, finding this really interesting stuff and these interesting people to talk about, and a lot of these artifacts, we can key into like actual people that lived here at this time, not just like a generalization of the people, but actual people, and that's why we do this, and all this stuff would have been lost if we wouldn't had the chance to come in and excavate this, and to do this all over the world is just a fantastic thing, and to be able to bring these artifacts back to life basically and show these people, show what these people had in their everyday life is just, this is why we do this, and this is why we get so excited about it. So glad you could come out. I could show you artifacts for hours. We have tons of them, but so come back and I'd love to show you some more stuff, and thanks again.